Okay, no longer muted. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, and I want to welcome you to Mystery Movie Night at the Regal. And the movie, as you can see from the thumbnail, was It's a Wonderful Knife. So I was correct in my guess of what the movie was going to be. Okay, the plot of the movie is essentially a horror movie version um, of It's a Wonderful Life. Basically, the idea is a young girl uh, stops a serial killer, uh, uh, unmasks him. It starts out, the pre-credit sequence, which is pretty lengthy, is kind of along the lines of like you get an entire Scream movie in like the first maybe 15 minutes. And anyway, our young hero uh, takes out a serial killer, and it turns out, and again, this is not spoilers, you find this out right away. The serial killer is a local developer who is murdering the people who don't want to sell their land to him, which is something that's beginning to be a bit of a trope in films this week. There are two movies out right now about, a rich white guy trying to kill people for their land and or their money. Anywho, the young girl, 1 year later, when the movie returns from the credits, it's 1 year later, and the girl is a complete psychological mess. And the town is pretty much just trying to forget everything that happened and bury it. Frustrated with everything, she wishes on the Aurora Borealis. I'm not making this up. And basically finds out what the town would be like if she hadn't have been around. If she hadn't have unmasked the killer, if she hadn't saved her brother, what would have happened? And, well, if you know It's a Wonderful Life, you know what happened to the town in that movie, and it kind of happens here too. And if only the movie had left it at that. The thing that kind of stillborns this movie for me is the fact that they throw in a lot of present day tropes. And it dates the movie. This is a 2023 movie made for people living in 2023. That's it. Which is really too bad, because if they had just stuck to the main plot, it actually has some things going for it. And I liked the actress who played the lead. She kind of reminded me a lot of Bridget Fonda. She really did. I like the other character who becomes kind of her sidekick, I guess. Which is surprising, because there are not very many likable characters in this. Part of it was because of the changes that got made, when she wishes upon a star, so to speak. And But some of them are kind of scuzzy before that, and not very likable. But by the end, there are some characters who are likable, and I like the two leads, and they're the saving grace of this thing. Um, there's and Hello Connie. Um, Now, Justin Long is in this movie, and he basically plays it like Jesse Eisenberg played Lex Luthor, like he's on helium. And it got really annoying really fast. Um, I have nothing personal against Justin Long, but a little bit of him goes a long way in a movie. Hello, man. Um, yeah, you know, um, if you like movies like Happy Death Day or Freaky, this is the same guy who wrote Freaky. If you like those kind of movies, you might like this. I can see people liking this movie. I do. I can see people liking it. Um, it didn't land with me. And the reason why it didn't is because they threw their normal Hollywood tropey crap into it. This is a movie, like I said, made for people living in 2023, and it's not going to go beyond that. And it's too bad because it kills what could have been a really good idea. And takes a couple of characters and a couple of actresses I wouldn't mind seeing in something together again, and just kind of, okay, they're trying, but everybody else around them is not trying. No, I don't want to say that. The acting is okay. They do what's on the page. I'm just saying that this is another movie that wasn't meant for me, folks. you know, um, I'm too old for this one. I think that's what happened. Um, which is, like I said, it's too bad because the I like the leads. Um, the story, when they're not throwing tropey stuff in there, works. I mean, it tracks from beginning to end. It makes sense. You can follow it. I'll give it that. Um, it's just that they threw a lot of stuff in they didn't need, and nobody in Hollywood knows how to write satire. Or maybe this is what passes for it now. Um, I really don't have that much to say. Um, it's fine. It's a Shudder film. My advice would be wait until it comes on Shudder. Uh, and that's really it. Um, I would say wait until you can see it for free on Shudder. I think it's supposed to be on Shudder sometime in early December. Um, so my advice this time around would be uh, don't don't run out to see this. If you want to, again, fine. This review. All of my reviews, as you know, are entirely my opinion. I can see people liking this movie, and there's stuff in it to like. In the end, it just wasn't enough for me to completely recommend it. I think it's a streaming film. Um, and hello, emotionally unstable amphibian. Good to see you. Um, so this is kind of a split down the middle for me. I'm giving it a 2.5 out of 5. It almost made it to a 3, but um, like I said, they threw stuff into this that they didn't need. and the villain turning out to be who it turns out to be is kind of really, of course, who else was it going to be? You know, it it wants to be the movies I mentioned. It wants to be Scream so bad. Um, there are some likable performances, like I said, that saved it. Um, that try to save it, but it's just it got weighed down by present day tropes. And but it's one of those movies where I can see people under 30. I can see the Gen Zers really liking this. Um, if you're older than that, I think you're going to see too much of this coming. Um, it's a nice try. Like I said, there are things in this movie to like, but it gets weighed down by a lot of stuff that didn't need to be in the movie. Um, so that's why I'm saying, kind of wait, don't run out to the theaters to see it. The people who are going to see it are going to see it. But my advice would be, if you're curious, just wait until it comes on Shudder in December. Um, that's really all I have to say. It is what it is. Um, all right. Well, that's going to be it for me. I want to thank Connie Cleary, Emotionally Unstable Amphibian, and everybody who watches the replay, anybody who was lurking behind the scenes. Quite all right, as long as you like the video, I'm happy. Hit the like, share out this stream. Uh, I want to remind everybody once again, tomorrow night will be episode 1 of my new series, live from Sparkwood in 21, which I will be co-hosting with Troy Pacelli, Netters Network, and Aged Boomer. It will be a retrospective of the Twin Peaks television series. We are going to rewatch episode 1 and have a deep dive discussion. So that will be tomorrow night at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. All right, from my local Regal Cinema, good night, take care, stay strong, because this is how we win.